Cecilia, maybe these ones you can answer fast if you want, if you can. In what kind of work environment are you most comfortable?
I think, well, I am a kind of independent person, but I feel very comfortable with being Mexican, as funny as it might sound. I see smoke coming out, I'm sorry.
Don't worry, that's our illumination.
Okay, I'm sorry. But I feel very comfortable working with different kinds of cultural background people. I mean, I'm very used to that. So I don't have any problem in different cultures or different nationalities, male or female, call it Asian or non-Asian. On that I feel very comfortable. Event-oriented also activities. You know, I'm what once a very experienced person, because he was much older than me, described like I'm a type A person. I can be on a dormant status, or you could call it lethargy states, and then pick up and be on adrenaline for 3 weeks in a row.
Okay. Have you worked independently?
Yes, many times.
And how do you cope with the demands of that position? Do you feel comfortable working independently?
Yeah, I feel very comfortable because I've done it several times. Besides that, I had also the ability to be integrated into the different organizing committees. So I became part of the organizing committee from zero. Like in Italy, I was the only foreigner within the Italian organizing committee. But then I've been working independently, representing foreign offices, call it in Mexico, or being in Mexico, being their local coordinator in Ecuador or Peru or Guatemala. So I'm used to it in a way, dealing with the responsibilities of another office, even trying to fight for their interests against, if you call it against, but versus Mexican entities in order to respect their sponsorship rights or legal rights, with the flexibility also that I know it might be 3 o'clock in the morning in Mexico and my main sponsor was in Korea. So I would pick up the phone gladly at 3 o'clock in the morning if things had to be done.
This is not part of this assessment, but very shortly, I see that you are knowledgeable in sponsorships.
Yes. Sponsorships focused on sporting events, special events, or cultural events. It might apply to different kind of activities.
Now, the last question of this assessment. What criteria are you using to evaluate companies you wish to work for?
Well, basically in these 2 years, scouting out, so to say, my options besides or outside the International Federation movement or the IOC movement, it has been inclined towards foreign entities in Mexico, because that's natural for me. I mean, like last year I had quite a close encounter with the British Council, and it was a climate change education program. So I think that's a natural step for me to take.
What about an organization like YPO, which is a worldwide organization, but in Latin America, not only in Mexico, but in all Latin America?
Yeah, no, that's an interesting option, which, to be very honest, I had not really thought about it on a direct approach. But then life is a handkerchief at the end of the day, because curiously, one of my first job opportunities when I was out of university was with YPO in '86, helping out the hospitality chairman back then in Mexico was Oscar Peralta for the Universidad.
For the Mexico City University?
Yes, in 1986. So it's it's quite, I mean, I'm laughing because it's funny how life goes around in different circles. You know, it's like I had one circle with, you know, university and the friends you go in university about and what you think you will do with your career. And then my career went for 20 years towards another area related to soccer when I was not a soccer fan, but I was involved with the organizational part, with very professional people in Switzerland, and it was very weird because they would say, you know, the Mexican that was born out of Switzerland, you know, because it was very strange how, you know, people in Switzerland and FIFA mainly are Swiss, of course, all of them, for many, many years have relied on me for many different events. But then life goes in another circle, and I think the YPO circle is touching again in my other ending circle. So I'm very much aware of what YPO has as a basis, but of course in these 20 years I'm sure YPO has grown a lot, diversified a lot, because the countries have also changed in so many years. And of course the generations change. So maybe the people I know from the initial YPO have already retired. So I'm going to be faced with a new generation, which is quite interesting. I hope I just am not feeling old.
No, you're not.
Gracias, joven.
I am going to ask you some questions, and if you could just fill in the blank, no?